Let's be real here. LeBron James is one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Am I right on that, Sneak?
You are 100% correct.
There we go. That is irrefutable, undeniable, right? Wherever you place him, top 10, top 5, top 2, GOAT, whatever you do, he is one of the greatest players of all time, all right? No matter how I feel about all the other stuff, I can't take away what he's been able to accomplish on the floor. That said, I've done my best to be objective, while some don't agree, and to be the counterbalance of the
glaze.
Okay, yes, the glaze. I was trying to find the right word for it. I've tried to be the counterbalance of the glaze that we've heard from the mainstream sports and basketball media all these years when it comes to LeBron. And we hear so many things that they try to tell us. For instance, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they played a segment from First Things First from Fox Sports 1 with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and them. Nick Wright had the nerve, the temerity, the unmitigated gall, shout out Stephen A., to actually say that there's an argument for LeBron James as greatest passer of all time. See, this is why we get irritated, because people say these things that are so absurd and so egregious to push a narrative. And we know.
Who would have been the greatest passer otherwise?
Well, I think there's no question that Magic Johnson is the greatest passer of all time.
So LeBron's a better passer than Magic?
Nick Wright says he believes there's an argument that LeBron is the greatest passer of all time. And realistically, for me, it's Magic. The second greatest passer of all time is John Stockton. The third greatest passer of all time, to me, is Jason Kidd. The next greatest passer of all time is Isaiah Thomas, and then you can start putting in whoever you want. But I don't even understand how LeBron is how you could say something like that. But anyway, people have many different arguments for LeBron and his GOAT case and why they see him, where they see him, and how they see him, right? And there you go, Armand. Agreed. And that's fine that people feel how they feel, but let me get to it. One of the arguments that people give for LeBron's GOAT case is that he is an all-time great defender. That's what they tell us. They say LeBron can guard 1 through 5. Listen, y'all put a number 1 in the chat if you tell me you've ever heard people say LeBron can guard 1 through 5. Yeah. Yes. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast, live Sunday morning edition. And as you can see, if you're live with us or if you're watching the replay, we got a new face here joining us today. And hopefully she'll be back for some more episodes. We have the host of the Sideline Speaks podcast, Brittany Monique. What's up, Brittany? How you doing?
Wow, that's the first time I ever heard somebody use my whole name.
It's right there on the screen.
It is. That's my social media. It is.
Gotcha.
It just sounds weird when it's not my mother, you know.
Okay, so it's Brittany. Gotcha.
Right, and I'm not in trouble. Brittany Monique. No, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, guys.
Of course. No doubt. Sneed, what's going on, man? Sneed got what you need.
What up? It's good to be here. Glad to be here with Brittany Monique and Bruce Hope.
No doubt. Governments out here. What's going on, y'all? Obviously, another great Sunday. Beautiful weather out here. Hopefully it is where all you guys are as well. We're going to talk some football, and we are going to talk some NBA because we're getting close. I think Media Week starts this week for the NBA, and training camps are right behind that. So at the end of October, the NBA season will begin. So we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to the channel members real quick. Then we'll do a spiel and we'll get it going, y'all. So first, of course, shout out to number 1 channel member, Be Ready Sports Podcast. What's going on, Coach T? How are you? Thank you for being here. I know you're feeling sad this morning because we can't all wear this, but some of us got to wear that whack Trojan gear. But anyway, we're not even going to go there. But what's up, Coach T? Make sure y'all go and shout out the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to that because he's doing a great job highlighting the young athletes that hopefully one day we will be talking about on this show right here. It's not that serious. What's good? It's not that serious. How you doing, my brother? Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Baltimore Bruce, what's good? Baltimore Bruce, what's good? Dummy, what up, stupid? How you doing, man? Of course, you know, we're going to talk about your Ravens in the first topic, our Ravens, I should say, and it should be very interesting. So always appreciate the love from you. And finally, Chief Sid Bubba. Good morning, Chief Sid Bubba. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for everything you've done. Shout out to the boys from Annapolis. And boy, I know you sad this morning too. And I got one word for you. Go Irish. Yes, that's one word. Yeah, you already know what it is, Chief. It's about to be bad for you. But before we get into what you got, Brittany?
Are you a Notre Dame fan?
The biggest.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Look at the top. It's on my sleeve up there in the logo. Oh yeah, die hard.
Oh, that's okay. All right. I'm Ohio State over here, so.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
You got the Sneed seal of approval.
Blame Eddie George for me. So that's when I was Ohio
Respect.
State fan. So had to join
the club. No doubt. All right, we could go ahead, hit the little spiel, then we're going to come back, get the quick hits, and we're going to get it rolling, y'all. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you.
I know what you're going to do with this. I know what you're going to do with this.
Really?
I do know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do.
What?
You're going to bask in your glory. You're going to say, quote, I just let them talk and the truth comes out. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
There's no glory to be had. Well, there's some.
There's no. Well, we bask in the glory of being correct.
We do. We sure do. All right, Joel. So listen.
Is it vindication? Is it confirmation?
It's both. So, all right. LeBron James, right? We talking NBA, whose name invariably comes up in this era of the NBA. LeBron James, right? And let's be real here. LeBron James is one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Am I right on that, Sneeve?
You are 100% correct.
There we go. That is irrefutable, undeniable, right? Wherever you place him, top 10, top 5, top 2, GOAT, whatever you do, he is one of the greatest players of all time, all right? No matter how I feel about all the other stuff, I can't take away what he's been able to accomplish on the floor. That said, I've done my best to be objective while some don't agree, and to be the counterbalance of the
glaze.
Okay, yes, the glaze. I was trying to find the right word for it. I've tried to be the counterbalance of the glaze that we've heard from the mainstream sports and basketball media all these years when it comes to LeBron. And we hear so many things that they try to tell us. For instance, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they played a segment from First Things First from Fox Sports 1 with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and them. Nick Wright had the nerve, the temerity, the unmitigated gall, shout out Stephen A., to actually say that there's an argument for LeBron James as greatest passer of all time. See, this is why we get irritated, because people say these things that are so absurd and so egregious to push a narrative. And we know
who would have been the greatest passer otherwise.
Well, I think there's no question that Magic Johnson is the greatest passer of all time.
So LeBron's a better passer than Magic?
Nick Wright says he believes there's an argument that LeBron is the greatest passer of all time. And realistically, for me, it's Magic. The second greatest passer of all time is John Stockton. The third greatest passer of all time, to me, is Jason Kidd. The next greatest passer of all time is Isaiah Thomas. And then you can start putting in whoever you want. But I don't even understand how LeBron is how you could say something like that. But anyway, people have many different arguments for LeBron and his GOAT case and why they see him, where they see him, and how they see him, right? And there you go, Armand. Agreed. And that's fine that people feel how they feel. But let me get to it. One of the arguments that people give for LeBron's GOAT case is that he is an all-time great defender. That's what they tell us. They say LeBron can guard 1 through 5. Listen, y'all put a number 1 in the chat if you tell me you've ever heard people say LeBron can guard 1 through 5.
I've heard
I'm just curious.
I've
heard that a lot as well, right? Let's say that's true. It probably is. Does that mean he can guard 1 through 5 well? Or he can just guard 1 through 5, right? My argument has always... Wait, Edward, you've never... I forgot who you are and what you are. Okay. So here's the thing.
You are and what you are.
Right,
Damn.
Right. Edward's my guy, but we know what it is. But no, we know that LeBron... Steve, chill, man. Mark Jackson was a great passer, Armand. Absolutely. He was a fantastic passer. But yeah, so we hear all these different things. And one of them is that LeBron James can guard the 1 through 5. And when we get to it, for this era, he could, right? Why? Because there's no more true power forwards and there's very few true bigs, right? Very few true centers, right? So I always like to say, like, okay, he can guard 1 through 5. That's a benefit of the era that he played in, which he can't help, by the way, right? He can't help when he was born, so that's what that is. But he can guard 1 through 5. Nobody said he can guard through 1 through 5 well. So before we move forward with the next part of it, Sneed, what are your thoughts on this narrative that LeBron can guard 1 through 5? I'm curious to know what you think about this.
From a basketball analysis standpoint, which I've produced videos on my YouTube channel.
You have, and I've
analyzing this particular matchup in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing in the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
maybe middle school, maybe high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think in college.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure not in the NBA.
Okay.
There is no such thing
Mm-hmm.
as guarding 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
A player,
Mm-hmm.
it's a blessing and a special talent if you can lock up your position. It's the hardest thing to do, to just lock up yours.
Which he can't do that. So.
Multiple positions is insanely difficult to do because it takes different skill sets, physics, and abilities to lock up different positions. For example, to defend point guards, prototypical point guards, you have to be really quick. Like your first step needs to be almost as fast as like your third step.
Yeah.
And
you don't really match up with that.
You need to be a fighter. You have to fight through screens from guys 5, 6, 7, 8 inches taller, 40, 50, 60 pounds heavier, wider displacement. They're attacking you.
They're lower than you. Low man wins in every sport.
This is casuals or the weird, like, I just call them the knee pad crew for LeBron that say these things. Nobody says these things if they actually know the game. It's said by people who pontificate and just say random things with no fundamental understanding of actual games. Like if these people were placed in a situation where they had to coach players or make calls as a coach, they would lose on just strategy. They wouldn't even lose because they had a better team, the other team. They would lose on strategy. They could lose to lesser teams. The knee pad crew, bro. There's no such thing as guarding 1 to 5. It is not a thing. Nobody did it. Nobody does it. Nobody will ever do it. It is hell to guard one position. This is why in the NBA, it's always this stuff. The crossing. They're trying to muck up the offense to make life hard on the defense.
Yes.
Because it just introduces chaos. They want chaos. This is... Go on, bro.
There you go, Kareem. That's the A-all, B-all. No doubt. But yeah, so this is the thing. We hear that, okay, you know, he guard everybody, okay. And it's funny because as I understand it, and I think I would probably agree, Miami LeBron was I think that was his absolute peak physical prime, right? Would you say that? I think so. That was probably when he was at his best, right? Physically. And so we still like we hear, okay, we hear, they love to say, he locked up MVP Derrick Rose. Did he really? Did he really? He guarded Derrick Rose for selected fourth quarter stretches. He didn't say, this is my assignment, I'm taking it for the game and shutting him down, right? We didn't see that. We've never seen that from LeBron. Like, that's insane. It's called switchability, learn basketball. This guy. Okay, all right. But let's do this. So the reason I brought this up is because we hear this all the time. And I guess recently I don't know how recent the actual commentary was, but D Wade was on something and he was talking. No, young disciple, he did not, but that's okay. D Wade was talking about LeBron in the NBA finals back in 2011. So this is funny because I always remember it was after one of the few good games LeBron had in that series, and Jason Terry, the Jet, was getting interviewed, and he said, yeah, LeBron played great. Now, before I give you what Jason Terry said, let's be real here. In all seriousness, is Jason Terry in the same stratosphere as a basketball player as LeBron James?
Not even close.
Okay, agreed. Jason Terry is not in the same stratosphere of basketball players as LeBron James. There's no question. But Jason Terry, while being interviewed post-game, said, yeah, LeBron was great. Let's see if he can guard me now. In what world does a role player, even a very good role player, say that about, Kobe, Mike, Bird, Zeke, Neek, Melo, any of these guys, right? So one, it goes back to what I always say. These guys don't respect LeBron the same way because you can tell by the stuff they say and the way they play and the things they do. They just don't. And that's whatever, okay? So next, Jason Terry says, yeah, he was great. Let's see if he can guard me now. And then we see Jason Terry go on to outscore, shoot a higher percentage, and contribute mightily to beating LeBron James and the Heatles in the NBA Finals. And LeBron could not deal with him. I'm like, we see him going past LeBron easily. And Jason Terry's quick, but he's not like a super quick point guard. He's getting shots off over him. He's moving, easily. Like, it doesn't even make sense. So I'm saying we saw a guy not only have the nerve face to cook up LeBron, but to tell him, a la Bird, that he was going to do it first, and LeBron could do nothing about it. But this is the guy who's supposed to be some all-world defender. I don't understand this. I love when he does that jet thing when he's running back down the court. I love that. That was pretty cool. But that's fine. But since I'm just a hater, right? I'm an old head hater, and I hate LeBron. And what's the other? Oh, yeah. I wake up every day looking for ways to take another black man down. We can't forget that one, right? And LeBron lives rent-free in my head. And and I'm just jealous of LeBron. All of these things. Let's hear what LeBron's banana boat buddy, his brother, correct, had to say about LeBron trying to guard Jason Terry in the NBA Finals. Just curious.
Good Dallas Mavericks team. I don't remember the entire roster, but let's go with what I remember. Dirk and Tyson Chandler, great big who protected the paint, pick and roll, dunk on you. They did everything right. I said Brendan Haywood obviously as a backup. They had Sean Marion, good defender. They had the Jet who played lights out. JJ Barrera, Deshaun Stevenson. They had the perfect players around their star player, right? Dirk being their star player, and then all these other guys like Jason Terry probably could have, outside of Dirk, take Dirk away, Jason Terry probably could have been MVP.
I'll leave that there, but let's continue.
Of how amazing he played, and then we had Bron had to guard JT. Bron can guard almost anybody, but it's hard to guard that dude moving all around. He was coming off all kind of screens. He was moving. He was tearing us up, right?
So this is the guy that you're telling me is such an elite defender, and he couldn't deal with Jason Terry. I don't understand this. And by the way, if we're gonna say, oh, Bruce, you just cherry picking one series or whatever, okay, cool. But We also saw Paul George hand LeBron work in the playoffs. We saw Paul Pierce hand LeBron work in the playoffs. Matter of fact, recently Paul Pierce was on another show, and they were talking about the dagger that he hit in Bron's face when Bron was with Miami to win one of those playoff games, right? And they asked him about it, and he said, yo, I was trying to get the switch to get Bron on me. Now, you tell me LeBron is this all-world defender that some people are going to try to get me to believe he is. Why would Paul Pierce say, I was trying to get LeBron on me? Explain that. Explain that. I'll wait, Sneak.
That's like a call-out.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's like a call-out, which is okay, but you got to rise to the occasion. Right? Like, that's what it boils down to. Like, if a player's going to call you out, you're the elite of the elite, superstar, your team needs you to win. In order to win, you have to rise to the occasion. You got to show out.
Right. So I mean, I'm just looking at this stuff. We have seen this dude. That's why I say, like, when people talk about what a great defender he was, I'm like, I don't know, because when it came to matching up against guys with similar size and somewhat similar talent, right? Obviously, LeBron's talent is out of this world, so no question. That's why I say somewhat similar, right? Because if we're honest, as good as Paul Pierce was, like, again, should he really have been able to do what he consistently did to LeBron?
But I think that's why they line up. You know what I'm saying? Like, every player has a belief in themselves, and they've worked really hard to put themselves in a position to beat the best players and then defend the best players. And yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the sport. That's the whole concept of competition. We line up, bro.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just like, I say all this to say the whole LeBron super defend opposite, yo, that stuff is so overrated. It's so overrated. But you know, it just, again,
there were certain things in certain years where LeBron had very elite defensive tendencies, certain aspects, like help defense. He was 100% very elite. His anticipation was really good. Like elite, like playing passing lanes. Like, he had some really incredible traits. I would say that probably between like 2008 through the Miami years, there were some really incredible defensive tendencies that he had. But what you saw in situations like with Jason Terry in the finals, amongst other finals too, like there were like the finals in 07, you know, there's other things we could highlight there. The Eastern Conference Finals in 08 against the Celtics. You can go to these series and you can look for certain things about LeBron's game that you could nitpick, but it's just a reminder that you cannot say umbrella, you know, guarding one. That's not a thing, because we can go to series, we can go to seasons, and we could see where LeBron had the most success defensively, the type of players that he would be defensively elite against. And this it's just not accurate. You know, the conversations about point guards, elite shooting guards, you know, like, it's physics.
I always
Very big, heavy players.
Right.
It's physics.
Yeah.
The first step is going to lag. And the first step is just not going to have the same speed.
Right.
So a player of similar size, LeBron can shut that down, because LeBron is stronger, as tall. Like that, LeBron can lock that down 100%. But like a center, a point guard, it's now a different dynamic. You've now gone into a different world. There's no locking up 5 positions. There's no, defending the elite players of their positions unless you've been defending that your whole life and working on that and working on those. It just doesn't work that way.
That's what I was about to say, because I was just about to bring up a guy like a Meta World Peace, and I'm like,
but what was Meta World Peace though? Meta World Peace was literally a bounty hunter defender.
Yeah, he was.
He there was nothing to it. Like, if he gave you 8-10 points in a game, that was bonus. He was there to just stop the other team's best perimeter / like post shooting guard, small forward. That was his job. Like, and this is the conversation again is about roles, not positions. It really is about roles and not positions.
Yeah. No, you're on. It's it's also different. I guess just getting back to the old thing. What do I always say? And you said it at the beginning of this segment. All I gotta do is sit back and wait. Right? So y'all know this about me, right? I'm a Guyanese American. My family comes from Guyana, South America, and we have a lot of sayings that we say. And one of the sayings that Guyanese people say is, "Mouth opens, story jumps out." Right? Basically mean just wait. People are eventually going to tell it. And I keep doing this on this show. I do it media members. I do it former opposition. I do it legends. I do it former team members. All you have to do is wait. These guys keep telling it. I'm not making this stuff up. That's the crazy part to me. That's why I do this how I do it, right? I don't just sit here and tell you, hey, I think such and such, right? What do? I go play the clip. What do? I go show you what it is. This is what I do. I don't make this stuff up. So for now, his banana boat buddy, his best friend, hey, LeBron couldn't deal with that guy. Gee, you don't say. I just watched it happen back then. But, the LeBron fans want to forget that it happened. But guess what? You can't forget that it happened. Why? Because it's on wax.
You know what I think is a problem here, Bruce?
Not the hater guy. Yeah.
What I think is the problem here is there's a contingency of fanatics that can't come to the concept, like the realization that their favorite player of all time, their boyfriend in their mind or whatever, they can't admit and reconcile that they're not perfect. This can be applied to any player. This could be applied to Michael Jordan. This could be applied to any player. They can't reconcile the fact that a player that they love and adore isn't perfect. That it's really hard. Etonics, bro. Etonics. Like they don't, and that's unfortunate because what that takes away is from the realization that sometimes they fail and sometimes they succeed.
No doubt.
And sometimes they overcome and sometimes they let down.
Yeah.
Like welcome to humans.
Yeah, facts.
And imperfections.
Yeah.
And and actually, if you think about it, when players overcome failure, it's the greatest glory.
That was Michael Jordan's whole thing, right? With the years of not getting there, and everyone saying, "Yo, he's not a winner. He doesn't make teammates better," like Magic and Bird.
I'll help out young disciple.
That guy.
I'll help out young disciple. Okay. I'm talking about you. What the F I'm talking about is you. For folks that can't objectively reconcile the fact that a player isn't perfect, I'm talking about you.
It's like I said, this is the reason why I do this the way I do, right? And it's all good. You can be a fan. Everybody knows, as a player, I love Hakeem's game, and he's my favorite player ever. Everybody knows that. I got the button, right? I press the button,
Hakeem, your dream.
I do that. He's my guy, and it's also funny. But I can also acknowledge, like, okay, he wasn't the greatest of all time, as much as I would like him to be, right? Nobody's perfect, but for whatever reason, you know what? I do know the reason. In all seriousness, right? If you're a LeBron fan, you've been inundated for more than for 2.5 decades now. 2 years before this guy came out of high school, you've been inundated with everything. You've been conditioned to believe that what your eyes show you is not what's really happening, right? This is what it really is. So it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what you see. You will only go with what they've been telling you. And that's the whole thing. That's why we, quote unquote, the people on my quote unquote side of the table tell you what we tell you. We're not making this stuff up. This stuff is all there.
Look, the truth is anybody who says LeBron can't defend is wrong. And the truth is that anybody who says that he could defend all 5 positions is wrong.
Right.
They're wrong. These are extremes that aren't real. LeBron, for a time, was an all-NBA defender. For several years, was an all-NBA defender. And he was elite during that time. It's 100%. You can watch it. You could see it. You can go back and watch the games. Anybody who says outside of that segment, they're not really accurate. To say he couldn't defend or he didn't defend or that he defended all 5, that's all hyperbole.
Right. Couldn't defend, can't defend, that's Jokic.
chooses not to defend.
Okay, chooses not to defend. That's Jokic. Correct. Yeah, there we go. Watch, Edward about to get mad. He's about to get.
I mean, he's got games where he literally saved the game making blocks, but there's an Olay element we've been seeing. Yeah, we've seen.
Was that when he was young? Try to
like in the run in 23 when they won the championship, he was playing elite defense. Like, but like now we see games where it's just like layup line.
I have seen many times Jokic literally just watch guys go to the rim and make layups, and he's in the paint. No effort whatsoever. Anyway, not the point.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I just think, I wanted to share this D Wade commentary with y'all. I wanted
his brother.
Not somebody who quote unquote hates him.
Doesn't have an agenda against him.
No agenda. Right. There you go. Yes, he is, Steve. Yes, he is.
Yo, hashtag knee pad crew, bro.
Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. We'll take 2 calls on this, and then we'll go ahead, get to the final topic, and get you guys out of here so that you can enjoy your football Sunday. Here we go. We got my guy, the Transformer, the co-host of the FormatPodcast.
The champ is here.
The champ is here.
What's going on?
The champ is here. Hey, man, first and most importantly, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Sneed, man. You guys are holding it down for your boy. Loving the show so far. Brittany, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm sorry, Brittany Monique. We're giving the whole government name.
Right.
So shout out, Brittany, man. Hopefully I get to debate with you soon. For those who didn't know, I did have ACL and meniscus surgery this past week, and I'm currently still trying to recover and deal with that. Also, I think I'm also getting sick, as you can tell from the sound of my voice. But let's stay on topic. I just wanted to give that little snippet out there. Now, he who shall not be named.
Out of the bag, bro. Too late.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. We said LeBron at least 80 times already. All right. So I think, me personally, I've never heard nobody say LeBron can shut down 1 through 5. I've never heard nobody say that. I've never heard nobody say he clamped 1 through 5. Throughout the time I've watched LeBron play, I've seen him capable of guarding 1 through 5 to an extent for periods of time, not throughout a game. And I think that's where the lines are getting crossed, to where people are saying, like, oh, he can guard 1 through 5, but like nobody's saying he's doing this all game. So, for example, San Antonio Spurs series, he had sessions where, spots where he guarded Tim Duncan. He's a 4, right? So that goes your 4. He had spots where he had to guard Tony Parker. That's a 1. Derrick Rose, that's another 1. For example, the Nuggets series, Jokic is a 5. Now, you can call him, he's a 4, masquerade as a 5, this new positionless basketball thing. But it was spots where LeBron James had to guard Jokic, and he did very, very well. Did he guard him all game? Absolutely not. So I said it all to say, I think that some of the, what's that word? Starts with a B, ends with sexual. That those guys elaborate that point to the point where now the folks who disagree with it are like, what are y'all talking about? He can't guard 1 through 5. Who say he can guard 1 through 5? The term is, can he guard 1 through 5? The answer is yes. He has the capability of guarding 1 through 5, just not all game. I'm not going to sit here and put Braun at the 5 and, hey, go guard Jokic all game. No. Hey, go guard Tony Parker all game. If you pick the spots, and Kobe did this the best, well, one of the best to do this. Kobe would pick his spots to where, okay, I'm going to guard this guy, I'm going to switch and I'm going to guard that guy, and I'm going to switch and I'm going to guard that guy. That's the ability that I've seen over the course of time of LeBron doing so, because I've seen him guard all 5 positions.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my question for you, right? I understand completely what you're saying. That is a rational, intelligent sports fan talking. When I'm talking about what I'm talking about, who and what I'm talking about, and you know what they're saying when they say it. You know
Starts
that
with a B, ends with sexual.
Yeah, those guys, and you know what they're saying. They are he could guard 1 through 5. They're not saying he has the capability to guard 1 through 5 in spots. They're pushing.
That's the reality
that
of
narrative.
Yeah.
And what I'm addressing are those people who push that fake narrative. That's what I'm pushing back on, because you know who they are and what they're saying. That's what I'm talking about. You're coming in here because your brain works, right? You're coming in here because, you're not a honey slinger, right? As my man Charles like to say, shout out Dreamers Pro, right? No, real talk. That's what you're doing. And that's not what they do. And you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
we're clarifying. You know what it is.
It's tough, man. It's tough. To what Dwyane Wade said.
Okay.
He had a valid point, right? I mean, smaller guard, very, very quick. Folks forget JT was on his high horse.
Yes.
Who did he just beat prior to the finals?
They beat Kobe and the freaking Lakers.
He
the
cooked
champs.
us.
But
he cooked us.
But here's what you're forgetting though, Transformer.
What's
same people that we're talking about, they love to say, "Oh, Allen Iverson cooked Michael Jordan because he hit him with one crossover and made a jump shot." All of a sudden, the physics don't matter and the positions don't matter. None of that. He hit one move and one shot, and he cooked Michael Jordan, right? And you know who they are and why they say that, right? So all of a sudden, the rules change when we're talking about their boo. You understand? What, Edward? What, Edward? No chef emoji. No DJ Khaled, keep going, Edward. What's going on? I'm cooking now. Yeah.
But I mean, in all fairness, man. In all fairness,
yes, sir.
Even the greats like Jordan and Kobe, for example, they had tough times with the smaller guards, right? Those ones that are flash quick.
Transformer, because it's physics. Because it's physics.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with the physics.
Right.
I mean, those guys, those are the tougher matchups. So to say, like JT just cooked Kobe, then he ended up cooking LeBron. JT was hot. This ain't the first time Kobe had to deal with that. Kobe had to deal with Rip Hamilton the same way. Yeah. All these screens, all the constant screening, Kobe couldn't keep up with that. So I mean, is what Dwyane Wade saying correct? Absolutely correct. We saw the film. You know what I mean? LeBron just couldn't keep up with him. You know what I mean? We just saw Kobe who didn't keep up with him, right? I mean, that's not to say like LeBron can't guard all 5 positions. He just can't guard those type of smaller players.
By the way, Transformer, if I could just add to that, some of this falls on Spo for not making an adjustment and just letting Terry cook. Like there had to have been a defensive. Well, it's not about just who. It's about the team defense. If LeBron is fighting through the screens, which he was trying to fight through the screens, well, what is the other guy on the other side of the screen doing to prevent Terry from getting the ball?
Yeah.
But wait a minute. LeBron is the biggest, strongest, most athletic, fastest player we've ever seen.
I know what you're going to do, Bruce.
Why didn't he just pick up the offensive player, throw him out of the way, and
but it's a game that's made to have adjustment.
Foul, you know.
Well, we can't. LeBron doesn't get offensive fouls. What do you mean?
Ooh, did Jalen just pop his hamstring? Ooh, I think he just pulled his hamstring.
Oh, damn, that would suck. No, but in all seriousness, that's how that. I just say that to say I'm just trying to, again, I'm pushing back on the narrative. I didn't say he couldn't defend. I didn't say he's not. Notice I started this whole thing by acknowledging LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time, right? I did say that.
I mean, yeah, you got to be blind, deaf, and stupid to not know that, yeah.
Well, no, but I want to make it clear, since you got people, Edward, who constantly say that he has never heard me ever compliment LeBron or give LeBron props for anything, which I do every time I have a LeBron segment. But you see, because I won't wear knee pads, it's not enough for these people, you know? No, I don't have any honey here. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But yeah, go ahead, Transform.
No, man. I mean, those are mainly my points, man. Like what Dwyane Wade saying, is he incorrect? No, he's correct. You know, we saw a hot JT cook everybody, but that's not to say that he's a bad defender or LeBron couldn't defend. There were series where every great has got at some point in time. Right, or a series where they just couldn't.
But the knee pad crew won't say that though.
No.
Can I speak for the knee pad crew?
No.
Why are you trying to be a hero, bro? Why are you trying to save the knee
I
pad
can't throw the
crew?
knee pad crew a bone. Oh, I can't throw them a bone.
No, you cannot throw them a bone.
I can't throw them a chicken cutlet bone.
Oh, wow.
Throw them a bone. But man, yeah, that's my take. You know, what I mean, you guys are doing a great job. Great segment here.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Dwyane Wade, he didn't tell no lies. Right. He said exactly what we saw. Those are facts. We can go back and watch that.
How many times do you think he watched that series back, Transformer, D Wade?
How many times did D Wade watch it back?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's watched it.
I'm pretty sure he watched it a million times.
Yeah, he's
before the next
watching it
season.
like this dude really wasted my 27-point per game series in the final. I know he's got.
No, he did not.
No. I'm saying he's never said it publicly, but I know he thinks that. There's no way you can't. He's like, yo, I'm averaging 26-6 in the finals, and this dude didn't show up. We could have had another chip. You can't tell me he's never thought.
I'm sure there's some regrets there for sure. You know,
there's always some regrets in a losing effort in the finals, Bruce. Mm-hmm. But I mean, is he going to fully blame him?
No. I'm not saying he's fully blaming him. That's not what I'm. But
okay.
You know that he probably thinks like, damn, like all.
Because I know he knows that without LeBron, he isn't there in the first place. So, I wouldn't blame him anyway.
Not one. Not
Dwyane Wade is at home in the finals if LeBron James isn't there. Yeah. But anyway, great segment, guys. Great segment. Brother. Again, my stance is, can he? The answer is yes.
Right.
Shut down, like all of that stuff? No. All right. Does he pick his spots? Yes. Does he have the ability to do so? Yes. So is he wrong? Or the bronze sexual? Ooh, I said the word. Or the B ends with sexual wrong? No. But they're exaggerating the point to where, he's shutting down 1 through 5. And that's not the reality. But, man, I appreciate you guys for having me, man.
No doubt. Let me take this. I think I got a call from Africa, man.
Oh, man. Hey, go ahead. Take that, brother.
No doubt.
All right. Peace.
Hello.
Call from the DOC
podcast. Hello.
What it do, cuz?
What's good, guy? How you doing, man?
Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this down. I was trying to hear it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Oh man, I paused it. Hold on. I still want to see what's going on. Let me turn the volume down.
You got to mute it. You got to mute it in the background.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Here we go.
Yeah, if you mute it, because so we don't hear that. There we go.
All right.
What you got, man?
What I got. Okay. The guy before Transformer,
yes, sir.
He did take one of my points.
Okay.
And I heard you clearing it up. Where you were saying that you never said he was a bad defender.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to call myself a bronzexual because I see his flaws. But at the same time, I think he gets discredited a lot. He cannot guard little people.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Karl Malone chasing Isaiah Thomas.
That's a great analogy.
He can't, so I think people like Kobe and Jordan are better perimeter defenders. But I think if you have to give them the responsibility of chasing down and doing those block shots, those chase down blocks,
mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to be as good as him or as effective.
Well,
and just as I'm sorry,
6'10", right? So that's
yes. And just like your the other guy up there said earlier, because I jumped in a little late.
Okay.
He made a point where he was saying, yes, the narrative do say LeBron can guard 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's false. That's false. You put big men on him. Joel Embiid, I've seen Joel Embiid murder him. He can't do anything with Joker in the paint. Maybe if they're skinny, he could probably put his arms on them and slow them down.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
But is it a problem though? Is it a problem to admit that he can't guard a good center?
Apparently,
I don't see the problem. Like a non-center can't defend good centers. Like, why is that a problem? Why is that crazy?
Because LeBron is supposed to be, in all seriousness, to these people, he's the A-all, B-all. That's why. No, I'm dead serious. That's why. So they can't, for you to say that he can't do something, it fries their brain. It doesn't work for them. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, guy.
I think it's just more or less this generation. Things are far out there. The social media has made things so much more accessible for people to voice their opinions. We've never seen Jordan go under this type of attack, where they're criticizing the things that he does wrong. When we talk about the GOAT discussion, I think comparing Jordan and LeBron is like comparing Tupac and Big. They're two completely different players. I think you would put LeBron with the category with Grant Hill and Magic Johnson. But if you ask me, I think the greatest player is Kareem.
That's a fair argument.
Jordan had the swag. He brought the attention to the NBA. He globalized basketball. Michael Jordan did do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's by far the most impactful basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe you can just simply say, because if you put Jordan on LeBron's Cavs team that went against the Spurs his first time, Jordan's not even a playoff team. If you put LeBron on Jordan's Bulls team from 1990, they'll be unbeatable. The only thing is, when you look at
were unbeatable.
Roster, mm-hmm.
They were unbeatable.
Oh, the 1990 Bulls. Yeah, well, they proved that. Yeah.
No.
But realistically, wait a minute. Wait, guy. Here's the problem. We've talked about this before. You can't put LeBron there because he can't play in a system. That's the big problem. He can't handle a triangle. There's elements of his game that don't work there, right? And if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, because the triangle doesn't typically allow for one guy to dominate the basketball throughout entire possessions the way LeBron likes to do, what is he going to do? Especially prime LeBron. It's not going to work, bro.
Okay, now remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to Shaq being with Phil Jackson,
okay,
every year it was a guarantee his team was getting swept out the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That was happening. You put him with a great coach. LeBron has never had a great coach. The coaches that were great with LeBron became great with him. I'm saying this to say, you're absolutely right. We've never seen LeBron in a triangle. But he's never had to give that respect to a coach. A coach has never said, LeBron, this is what we're going to do, and they have the cachet to make LeBron do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if he was in the system, he can't play like Kobe and Jordan. If he's in the system, he probably can't even have a Scottie Pippen on the team. Because
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. To say that LeBron has never had a great coach, I just want to take you back to 2011. Who fixed the Miami Heat in 2012?
You talking about Spoelstra?
Spoelstra fixed the Miami Heat in 2012. They lost in 2011 in a series that was lopsided. Who fixed the Miami Heat?
Okay. No. Now, keep in mind what I said now. I said the coaches became great after dealing with LeBron. They weren't recognized as great prior.
Do you see what Ty Lue is doing with nothing but injured stars? Do you see what Eric Spoelstra has been able to do year in and year out, competing, getting to the playoffs, getting to the finals with no star? Are we really going to do this?
Now, again, was Tyronn Lue great prior to coaching LeBron?
Well, he just started. He was a first-time coach.
Right. He wasn't a head coach prior to that, so we don't know.
That's my point. Shaq was not listening to his previous coaches. I gave the example of Shaq specifically. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing your mouth talk on the TV. It's throwing me off. Yeah, Shaq was getting swept. Phil Jackson and Pat Riley were the only coaches that he listened to, that he respected and listened to. That's up for debate if we're saying that, but I just don't think they had the cachet that Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Popovich,
mm-hmm.
even Doc Even Doc, if LeBron went to Doc Rivers or Doc was coaching him, he would have completely listened to him. He was unproven. So he didn't have to follow. And to Bruce's point with the triangle, absolutely. LeBron is the system. So in a certain way, that kind of is his kryptonite, so to speak.
Outside of the United States, David Blatt was known internationally as the best coach in the world. Did you know
That's
that?
true. Yeah, he was.
And what happened?
LeBron kicked him out.
Yeah.
After going to the finals, LeBron sent him home.
Bulls. You remember the Bulls? The Bulls series?
I do.
When he just completely went against the play.
I do.
He didn't risk his play calling. You can be an international coach, but you're not dealing with the American personality.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. As a guy from Cleveland, what happened was LeBron wanted his guy to be the coach.
I can't debate with that because I don't know about that part.
I do.
I won't speak on something I don't know about.
You need to teach the rest of the LeBron fans that mentality.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like that with LeBron for a long time. He's the greatest. But there were certain things that I was seeing that I was disappointed in, and I was like, God dang, you know, how can I say I've seen him lose his will during games. So, but by the time Jordan became a champion, I never saw his will taken.
Facts.
We could sit up here and talk about Kobe never had his will taken, but I saw Kobe quit against Phoenix.
Well, that's a whole nother topic. But yo, Guy, man, we got to run, man. I really appreciate the call. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for the call, Guy. Good call.
Yeah, man. You know, other basketball fans or sports fans over there, man, share this with them. Let them tune in too.
No doubt. And look, and now you've shown up in my algorithm. So salute.
No doubt.
You don't even have to send me the link no more. It's popping up in my feed.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, brother.
And shout out to your co-host. He's very smooth with how he speaks.
Thanks, brother.
Have a good day. Enjoy your Sunday.
All right, you too, brother. Be safe out there, man.
Love you, man. Later.
All right, love you too, cuz. Call all the way from Africa. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's get to this last topic, and then we will get out of here for football time. All right. Here we go. Houston Rockets. So last time we talked about them, apparently I made a comment that a lot of people did not like, but hey, so be it. It's my opinion, my show. Our show, I should say. Okay, you know what? Let's take this last one on the topic. This is actually it's not that serious, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? Since we talked, brother. So let me give you a minute. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing all right, man. Enjoying the show as always, man.
Thank you for calling in.
Transformers. Y'all have me rolling.
Hey, but that's what we do.
So I know you're a wordsmith, so just hear me out.
Sure.
Now, I'm saying this right. Cognitive dissonance. Is I'm saying that word? Correctly?
For sure.
That is the vast majority of LeBron fans. Even the previous callers, it's just like they don't understand that they're doing two things. Number one, every time they defend LeBron about all these excuses they make, it actually lessens his stance in the GOAT debate and all this other stuff. And then secondly, it just makes it look worse. And I'll give you an example. You know, to me, LeBron is the inverse of Jordan.
Okay.
And I think they all talk about, he didn't have a coach and this and this and that. When Phil Jackson came to the Bulls, he wasn't a coach. He was never a head coach.
That's correct.
And so that was the 1 year they lost. They lost that. I think when he came to the Bulls in 89 or 90, something like that, with Tex Winter's offense, the triangle offense. It wasn't Phil Jackson. Those are things that they keep glossing over purposely. And then adding to that fact, it was because of Jordan that they had that success. Jordan humbled himself and listened to it. He didn't want to do it right away because Doug Collins was letting him do whatever he wants. But from a team standpoint, it wasn't going to work if it kept going that way. So what I look at when it comes to, Phil Jackson, what did he do without Jordan? In the final, he lost twice without Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So you have so many things that you can measure when it comes to MJ's greatness. The thing about us who grew up watching ball in the 80s and 90s, we went along with the failures. We see how he came back from the failures and got stronger.
Right.
He didn't make any excuses. He didn't blame anyone. He just kept fighting and kept trying to always get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so many people respect Kobe, because Kobe also had the same mindset. It separated him from the rest of his contemporaries.
Mm-hmm.
And so just hearing these different arguments, man, the majority of them are asinine. I'm just like, they don't realize that they're talking out of both sides of the neck when they do a comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And like me, I was a LeBron fan. I actually liked him better than Kobe until he did the Miami nonsense. And he just shows me that he's a quitter and he ain't got heart. It doesn't take away from his talent or how great he is and stuff like that. If you an objective basketball fan, if you're objective, you know he's a great player. It is what it is. I can easily say that. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings to say LeBron James is a great player.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not on the caliber of MJ and Kobe and Duncan and, I think I'm talking about Kareem and all these other players. He's not. Because I see him give up. I literally see him give up in the playoffs when there's minutes on the clock because he couldn't do it after claiming that he got to be, buried 13 feet under the ground and all this other stuff. And then he quit. So for me, as an all-time great, you come out the greatest of all time. Those things and stuff like that, those situations are indictments against you. They don't support your case. And then the number one thing that a lot of people, they try to debate, they completely omit any of his failures like they never happened. The reason why people can talk about Kobe's failures and Magic Johnson's failure, Travis Johnson, and all stuff like that, because they see how they came back from it. And all LeBron did was run from it or switch teams or get more help or whatever. His narrative is all over the place. And then you got people that's almost want to fight you when you try to bring these tangible things that actually happen out. So I remember when the members video, and I sent it a little quick flash diatribe about.
No, that was great.
That was what I was referring to. I just didn't have the, I'm not such a good and can type that much stuff out. So I just typed what I could.
Yeah.
But it just said they make it more about spin than actually talking about the game. And that's kind of more or less my point about that. Was LeBron, to me, I just thought he was a decent defender. I never thought great because it was almost exclusively help defense. I've never seen, and I watched the majority of the games, especially in his prime. I never seen him lock somebody down. I've never seen that. I think he made good defensive plays, and I think the two are different. I've seen Kobe lock folks down, like for the game or for the half, like, okay, this person killing our team, I got it for the rest of the half. Y'all move out the way. On defense, not offense. So what he trying to compare himself to is not him. He's not that guy. And it just people, they only want to watch the games or look at it because his stats are great, but what is the context behind it? And if you try to have a conversation with context, it kills the whole argument.
Nah, it's not that serious. Context only works when it's other players that they can denigrate to lift up LeBron. Seriously, that's how it works for these guys.
Yeah, man. And so it makes it hard to watch these games. It's like, dude, this is an awful product. It's like, oh, you hating. When people say they're hating, to me, that just means they can't make a culture argument to support their stuff.
Low information response. That's exactly what you're a hater is. You got it right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't actually answer you, so I'm gonna just call you a hater. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Right. Or they do stuff like insulting you or what you do for a career, how much money you make. What's that got to do with the topic of basketball and this player?
Right. Yeah.
But I like this. I like this segment. I appreciate how you explain it in the Transformer. It just that can he guard all five positions? Yes, but can he lock him down? Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. We see too much of him getting cooked trying to do that, which is the reason why he doesn't do that at all anymore.
Right.
You know,
and he got to
You know,
he got to
so-
save his energy to get his points. Keep that double-digit scoring streak going, and keep the stats running up. 'cause,
Yeah, it's 5-on-5 on offense and 4-on-5 on defense. I get it.
right. All right, it's not that serious, man. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you so much, man.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yep.